Hey, hey, beautiful people. Well, it's time for a Trevor Gernon update. Did go back to court yesterday, and here's what happened. I had to look at my terms and understand what all the confusion was about, and I get it. Actually, terminology is quite confusing. The last instrument filed was a motion to adjudicate guilt. Case disposition, deferred adjudication of guilt. Case status, pending completion of probation. So those three little lines sum it up in a nutshell. And we can look at the bond amount, 20,000, all of that, but it really doesn't matter right now because he has to complete the program that he has been sent into without messing up, or these charges could come back down real hard on him. Let me read you something and then we can talk layman's terms. I think this one best. Okay. So, in the criminal justice system, many people end up on a special type of probation called deferred adjudication. Deferred adjudication is unique because you plead guilty, but you are not found guilty. The judge will withhold the finding of guilt and allow you to go on probation. If you successfully complete your probation, then you will never be convicted of the case. In many instances, you may be eligible to partially seal your record through a petition for non-disclosure. That is the good part. Deferred adjudication can also be bad for you. It can be bad if you violate your probation. If you violate your probation, a document called a motion to adjudicate guilt will be filed. If the judge revokes your probation, you open yourself up to an entire range of punishment on your original case. So, if you had a second-degree felony and you were placed on deferred adjudication, then the judge could sentence you anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison. So, you're on probation, you mess up, the judge can say, you know what, I gave you a chance. Take all these charges, do all these years. Or, again, the judge could defer adjudication. Now, in Trevor's case, God only knows why. Let me pop over here. Oh, no, it's down here, sorry. God only knows why. But here we are. This was a motion to dismiss the charges completely. The judge said, no, and amended the probation. Conditions of DABJ amended. It amended the original probation that he did screw up on by being wanted and all that. But the judge ordered him into DDRP. Another chance, basically, is what he has gotten in life. DDRP, you say, Dual Diagnosis Residential Program. He will be out in Humble, Texas, at this facility. We don't know all the finer details, at least I don't yet, but I do know this is where he has been ordered to go. They have 2 locations, one for men and one for women. They have visitation on the weekends, excluding the 5th weekend of the month. So he can see his loved ones on those specific times. Otherwise, he will be here. Not in no jail. I mean, this whole program is run by the Department of Corrections. Don't get me wrong. He's not just, free out here. But this is what he has to do now, successfully. And then they might drop the charge. Now, this charge, is I'm going to actually share a video here very shortly, right after I'm done with this little sentence, probably. Um, this is where I got this from. I pulled the form up. Actually, look at this. But this charge is, sorry, that's where I was going. First of all, unauthorized use of a vehicle. And that's not ridiculous, not too huge, and I guess that's what they're looking at. And they're giving him a shot, even though he was on the run. Maybe they're feeling for him because of what happened to his son. I don't know how this works out exactly, but it may be a Texas thing because I noticed right after Sam Olsen was killed, I did find out that Sarah Olsen had some old charges, Mommy Dearest, a biological mama, and they were dropped. I don't know if they do that once. I don't know. If they just got a big heart in Texas, I'm not really sure how that works. But the same thing happened. Well, not the same thing, because hers were completely dropped. His is not dropped, and he is not a free man. Okay. And if he messes up again, he may not be a free man for a very long time. So this is the page I wanted to look at. This page is really fun because it has all these tabs on it. Sometimes there's nothing, sometimes there's something. And I like to check them all. See, that bond set back in 2019. Bond file, bond made in 2020. That's his bondsman. Same, is it the same dude? See, he cleared all this up on the 16th. So they said, okay, you've been running since 2019, but you're here now, you paid the money, they're going to put you in a rehab or something like that, in my own words. So this just shows all the activity. It had gone quiet for a while. Discovery granted. The offense of the unauthorized use of vehicle, he's done that a couple of times. But maybe they got love for Trevor and they got hope for him. Maybe they do. I don't know the man. Maybe they see something I don't want to or care to because he left his 2 kids, and that's about it for me. You weren't that damn busy. All you were doing was chilling, hooking up with thoughts and breaking the law. You should have been being a father, but I digress. All right, so we're looking at June 10th. His arrest location. Criminal history. Whoa! Remember this? Don't get me started. And I'm not going to start because I've gone through all of these. I've looked up the definitions, and I'll be sharing that with you in just a moment. Let me just take a look here. This is just all the warrant. So, like I said, he's been on the run for a minute. But, yeah, deferred adjudication. So, somehow they thought that would just get thrown out. They tried it. The judge said no. But the judge didn't do the worst because he could have, or she could have, just charged him with everything because he violated probation. Excuse me. Okay, so that didn't happen. No witnesses. All parties involved are the usual bail bondsman, court-appointed attorney, the criminal judge, public defender, and of course, the lovely Trevor Gernon. Ah. Oh, Jesus, Trevor. Court registry, no records, related cases. I'll go there in just a moment. Aliases, he uses his middle name sometimes just the initial. He owes $212 from July 18th, 2019. Pay up. And then these are all the images. Don't know if I showed, but this is, yeah, I did show that. That was the motion to dismiss. Where was I? Related cases. What the heyday? Okay, I know I just saw something there, right? Oh, that's crazy. It's this number with the A at the end, but for some reason, let's try that again. Are we buffering or what? That's super weird. Let's close it out. Try it again. Ta-da! Magic and patience goes a long way. Or just patience, okay. So filed March 29, 2021. So it just looks like an extension of the first one. Let's see. Just put an A on the end. 111 degrees here. You guys see that at the bottom right of my screen? I think you can. Okay, this is just the actual warrant that was issued in March. Well, maybe that adds up. He supposedly went with Monica in February and then disappeared in March. Maybe he dipped out when they filed that warrant for his arrest. I don't get it though. You were in Dallas. And where did you go? Did you go back to Houston? Because that's where your warrant was, so that wouldn't have been smart. Interesting. Well, that's what that is, you guys. Let's see if there's any images here. New ones. 614. Well, they tried to send him some mail back when. Let's see what we can find out about this return mail. Okay. Address is completely covered. I wanted to know. All right, let's see. This is a big old doc. Oops. Keep going. All right. Judgment of forfeiture. Oh, oh, not good. You have been sued. Mm-mm-mm. You may employ an attorney. If you or an attorney do not file a written answer with the clerk who issued this citation by 10 a.m. on the Monday next following the expiration of 20 days after you were served this citation and judgment of forfeiture, a default judgment may be taken against you. Interesting. April 7th. For skipping out, the bail bondsman. Let's see. Let's see. On 3/26/2021, the personal appearance of the defendant Gernon Trevor Allen was required before this court to answer the charge of a felony. The defendant did not appear. The defendant's name was distinctly called at the courthouse door, and after waiting a reasonable time, the defendant failed to appear. It is therefore ordered that the bond of the defendant is declared forfeited. and the state of Texas shall have and recover of and from the defendant. Wow. Wow. Terrible. The surety, it says, let me go back a little bit. Gernon Trevor Allen as principal and Allegheny Casualty Company, Agent Thomas Stith. The surety, if any, on the bond, the sum of $10,000 plus cost of court. This judgment will become final unless good cause can be shown why the defendant did not appear. It is further ordered, a little bit bigger, there we go, that citation issued to the sureties, if any, commanding them to appear before this court by filing a written answer at or before 10 a.m. of the Monday next after the expiration of 20 days after the date of service of the citation, and show cause why this judgment of forfeiture should not be made final. Service of citation upon surety, if any, may be accomplished by United States certified mail, return receipt requested, delivery restricted to addressee only. Wow, he got his bondsman in trouble. He didn't show up. The court said, somebody don't pay us. Basically. They sent the mail out, though, and he never got it because he was on the run. I don't close the wrong one. Minimize you. Interesting. And his name is, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to check that on the end. Let's go here first. Motion for, is it, let me make that bigger. Don't get me to lying. Remititer? Remititer? I don't know. Remittitor. Remittitor. That might be it. What a funky word. Well, let's figure out what it is. Thought I could just read it and understand it, but let me see. Okay. Let me just do it this way because I think I get it. Let me just look. Let me truly understand. I need that. But okay. There we go. I sure wish somebody would pronounce it, but it's a ruling by a judge, usually upon motion, to reduce or throw out a jury verdict, lowering the amount of damages granted by a jury in a civil case. A document that transfers jurisdiction over the case back to the trial court. Also says if any party is eligible to recover cost from the appeal. So that makes sense. That's what I was thinking. Remit. The court needs to get paid back, basically. That's what I see. Usually this is because the amount awarded exceeded the amount demanded. The term is sometimes used for a reduction in awarded damages, even when the amount awarded did not exceed the amount demanded. but is otherwise considered excessive. An example of the latter is the high-profile Sharon court case, Capital versus Thomas. If the motion is granted, the plaintiff may either accept the reduced verdict or submit to a new trial restricted to the matter of damages. The term also is also sometimes used in place of remand or mandate, that is, moving a case from a higher court to a lower court. Interesting. I'm just reading. Okay, they need to get paid back, but are they going to ask for the full amount? Or are they saying that they lowered it because it was excessive? Bond amount 10,000. I don't see any reduction. State of Texas plaintiff versus Trevor and his bail bondsman. I see approved, return cost, not approved. I'm not sure why that's a lot going on. Approved, return cost, not approved. There's nothing there. Maybe because it was carried over or it's tied to the other case now. But yeah, they want to take care of that. They're not sweeping it under the rug. But what I noticed is, go over here, back to, back. Give me my windows. One more thing. Okay, back to this one. And where was I going? Oh, right here. Bonds. Okay. That's an old. I was trying to see if he has the same bail bondsman, but I don't see anything new here. Yeah, I don't see anything new here. The bond amount is actually higher now, 20,000. So they definitely didn't ask for anything to be lowered. So yeah. Anyway, what we've discovered is yes, he's still not a free man. He will be doing his program here. And they'll be watching him. He shouldn't be leaving it at the premises or anything, but he can have visitors on the weekends. You have to sign into the front desk once you clear the security screening process. I wonder if you have to be family. And that's what's going on currently with Trevor. Now, for anyone who wants to take a look at his past charges, watch out, kitty cat, don't step on my computer. I'm going to play this video for you now. Got it up. Yep. And I will be going into the old charges, just all I was doing then here on the 10th. Same thing I'm doing now. It's just highlighting, in my opinion, a man who made bad choices. And I know they can't lock him up directly for it, but those choices caused him to be away from his son, who is now deceased. As a parent, I have to say that's partly your fault. I don't know if the life you were living was one for a toddler. Probably not, actually, based on what I've seen here. But still, he was yours. They were yours. And if nothing else, you could have made a better choice on who you decided to leave them with. You should have left your name and your number on a sticky note. Reached out to Miss Severs if she was really interested in getting her boys back. You didn't have to do it like this. So yeah, you're guilty too. In my opinion, you're guilty too. News, breaking news, breaking news. Shouts out to Molly Golightly. Please go over and check out her video called Breaking News, Trevor Gernon in Custody. Trevor Gernon, the biological father of Cash Gernon, the man that dropped his baby off with crazy lady Monica Sharon and dipped out. The man who has been on the run for a while, he is in custody. Her video is amazing. They're getting it like in real time. The shock value is awesome. You will want to see that. But you know me, I had to go and look it up because I speak in paperwork mainly. So here we are, jumping right on into it. Trevor Gernon. We've got his SPN number, public record. Write it down. Look it up for yourselves. You'll know I did not create this. You can see the website at the top. It's Harris County because it happened in Houston, even though his children were in Dallas. The booking date, June 10th, 2021. That would be today. And Molly's video started about 5 minutes ago, so we just got this news. I'm going to try to go through this quickly and put it out so you guys can have it all in the forefront. I am not afraid to go through this paperwork because it is public record. And again, you can look it up for yourself, so there is no crime here. And we want justice for Cash. So let's see if maybe somebody did it because of Dad's history. We don't know. So, one of the charges, unauthorized use of vehicle. That was from March 26th. Remember, these warrants were out for his arrest. Another charge, fraud / use / what's that gonna be? We're gonna find out. You know we are. Hang on. Fraudulent use or possession of identifying information is a felony. So if it's less than 5 pieces of identifying information, the crime is a state jail felony. If the offender used, obtained, or possessed between 5 and 10 pieces of identifying information, the crime is a 3rd-degree felony. A little more about that, just to help understand what we're reading. It is illegal in Texas to possess or use someone else's ID or other identification documents under the Texas Penal Code 32.51. The use or possession of another person's identifying information without their permission, is a crime, particularly if you intend to use it to commit fraud or cause harm. So he was out there rolling around with other people's IDs. That is what this means. And that first charge, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, refers to the use of a motor vehicle for a person's own purpose without the consent of the owner. The vehicle is used or retained for purposes not consented or authorized by the owner. So sometimes referred to as joyriding, unauthorized use is different from larceny of a motor vehicle. For example, Grand Theft Auto, because the person who committed the offense does not intend to permanently keep the vehicle and deprive the owner of possession. So he borrowed somebody's car for a little while without permission. He didn't steal it permanently. Let's see what's next, Trevor. All right, we're back to this rap sheet.
You guys see that? Oh my gosh. A lot of charges. So anyway, let's just keep on going through his history here. We were on number 3. Sorry guys, I'm just finding my place again. Checking out something. Hopping back over to just the current charge page and going back to number 3. Got it. So number 3 is the same as number 1, unauthorized use of vehicle. And we know what that's all about. Uh-oh. Looks like we're running into some possession, just like Miss Monica. Interesting. So here we go. In layman's terms, this charge means that they're charging him with possession of a controlled substance in penalty group 1 in an amount from 1 to 4 grams. In Texas, this is a 3rd-degree felony. Hang on, because there was like a 200 on the end of that one. See if there's any difference. Oh, okay, that just means less than 200 grams. Okay. So, yeah, rolling around with drugs, just like Monica. I guess they were made for each other. And remember, we did this in Monica's video, maybe Teresa's, all of these people. You know what? Teresa, I do believe Teresa Balboa had this charge as well. Anyway, penalty group 1 under Texas Health and Safety Code includes methamphetamine, gamma hydroxybutyric acid, GHB, cocaine, heroin, and oxycodone. Damn, Trevor. Okay, y'all. Reverse it just a little bit because something kept bugging me. I'm looking at the last charge and they look like the same charge, but they're a little different. But the definition that I just got a moment ago was the same for both charges, but those charges are clearly written differently. So I backed it up to figure it out because I can't. When things don't add up, I just won't. So here's the deal. The 4th charge is for between 4 and 200 grams. It's not 1 to 4. It looks like 1, but 1 to 4, the way it's written when we go back over to the other sheet. But it's actually possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1. And then they had 1 to 4. They had another one here. Let's just go back over there and look at it because y'all know how I get. All right. Okay, they didn't have another one. I read it wrong. Okay, sorry, but I'm right about what I'm telling you. Look at the difference. Possession, controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams. That's what that one is. So he had between 4 and 200 grams of one of those drugs that I just read off on that last list. And that is why the bond amount was so much different too. It had me tripping. $40,000. Big difference from the next charge, the last charge, which is 1 to 4 grams. $15,000 bond. Same penalty group, so same drugs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, meet Trevor Gernon.
Clearly, I said his name wrong.
Well,
I told you, I don't
ladies and gentlemen,
meet Trevor Gernon.
meet Trevor Gernon. Now, I can honestly say I don't know that any of this has anything to do with cash at all. I don't see anything in here that says his kid was murdered on his behalf or anything like that. I don't see that. And I did say in the beginning, I wanted to find out if it had anything to do with his history. So in all fairness, I don't see that. I see a hot mess of a man who made a lot of bad choices. Definitely, and especially in the woman he chose previously. I don't know anything about his new life. Horrible choices. So for a kid, that sucks. Because all you have is your parents. You know, I'm a single mom. I know for a fact. I mean, my son's father is in his life. He exists in this world, but I have primary custody, which puts a lot of it on me because it's 24/7. And it's fine by me. I have no problem with it. And in knowing that, I understand I am all he has. In my mind, you understand? On a day-to-day basis, I'm all he has. How in the hell can I go out here and just disrespect my life with no regard for who the hell's going to take care of my baby? Being a parent should keep you from making some of the worst choices you ever made in your life because you have a why. My son is my why. And that's why I don't have a rap sheet. And that's why I try to control the road rage. Don't get me wrong, I'll toot that horn. But I think about what can happen to me because of what would happen to him. Don't let me start preaching, y'all. This ain't about me. But you get my point. Yes, I have a lot of tabs open, and I'm going back to Harris County. Please don't close me out, because there were a lot more than 5 charges, and you know I can't stop there. Now, that's what he's in jail for currently. Again, thank you, Molly. I've been wanting to dig into Trevor. Let me get it out. Trevor anyway, but, you know, I had a lot of other things on my mind, really looking into, well, y'all see what I'm putting out. That's where my head is at. What I put out is where my head is at the moment. But since we're here, and I won't look them all up in detail unless I get the urge. If that happens, I'll say I'm not going to do it, and then I will do it, y'all. So sorry, but it happens. Possession, again. This one starts with 4 grams. I can see that from here. I don't even need to click on it. 4 grams and up. Penalty group 1, same stuff. The heavy stuff. Again, the same charge. These are just in November 10th, 2020. He's consistent. Unauthorized use of vehicle. We did that back in August 2019 again, or previously. And again, earlier in March 2019. And then we have theft by check in October 2018. Less than $750. There was a warrant, or was this the warrant? Is this the warrant he's been running on the whole time, y'all? Lord have mercy. The warrant was issued September 11th, 2018. If his babies didn't come up missing, they still might not know where this man was. Did somebody do this to make you come out of hiding, Trevor? Lord. Because you've been chilling. If it wasn't for Cash's murder, we wouldn't know where you were. That's interesting. because that's the only reason. I mean, everybody's talking to you. I looked you up on Facebook last night. Like I said, I've been digging, but I don't just put stuff out there. But I research everybody. Oh my gosh.
Everybody involved in
Okay, I'm going to move past that for now. September 25th, 2018. Oh, okay, we had the fraud use of, you had other people's identification on you back then. Just been doing your dirt. So, this one I'll have to look into. May 27, 2018. Interference with emergency telephone call. Oh, this is just getting better and better.
For some reason it went mute on this, so I guess it's good that I'm replaying this video. So, what is interfering with an emergency call? A person knowingly interferes or blocks another person's attempt to make an emergency call or to request assistance from the police, hospital, or other entity, primarily focused on providing safety to individuals. That's what that charge is for. And Molly will likely and Tiffany Marie know a lot more about that charge and who was involved. I don't want to quote because I can't quite remember exactly who is dead, Monica's dead, somebody's dead, family member, for sure. That's some cold stuff right there. Something to make somebody make a call for help and then to stop them from calling for help. Else. Was that the same warrant? Did they get you and then you got out and you didn't come out? Parted right there. That's a scary person that would do that. He might be a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, giving us the sad face. Meanwhile, there's a monster inside of you too.
So the next charge, assault a family member, a misdemeanor. That one means that, that one is any action that would be deemed an assault committed against a child, live-in family member, or romantic partner will be classified as assault on family member. So he did that next. Or I should say, let's put two and two together, because did you catch this? Both charges on the same day, the 27th of May. That's the same day that he was charged with interfering with someone's emergency telephone call. So you heard somebody in the house, and then you wouldn't let them call for help. And then he stole a firearm. I don't think we need to look that one up. That was previous in 2017, November 29th, just after Thanksgiving. Prior to that, 2016, May 21st, possession, controlled substance, penalty group 1. And this one was a little underground. That's the rap sheet. That's the rap sheet of Trevor Gernon. Another case where the child just didn't really have a chance. It's not even. I mean, I don't know anything about Miss Severs. but it's on my list. But I just don't understand. You're given the gift of a beautiful, wonderful human being who can be anything in this world. And all you have to do is love it and take care of it. This is too much. It's too much. So they got him, and they'll most likely not give him a bail or bond.
They did.
But what does it have to do with cash? I really don't know. Except for what I stated before. He had a bad dad. Yeah, real bad dad. Alright, beautiful people. I guess this is where we end this one.
And those are the charges. Trevor's been really busy in his short time here on Earth. Get it right this time, Trevor. You don't want it to get any worse. I don't want to say you can't because God knows. You never know. Do it for Carter. He's still here. Do it for Cash because you should have did it while he was here. Much love to the chat. I'll be looking for the comments. Kiss your babies and hold them close.